To Apple shareholder and investor Gerber Kawasaki CEO Ross Gerber, who says it's about time Apple diversifies its supply chain. Do you think they will? We've heard this before.
I think it would be irresponsible for them as a massive business to not diversify their supply chain, especially because she has been so clear about the direction of China being anti-capitalist. So, they really need to do what's best for their shareholders and their users, and that's diversify their supply chain, and they can easily do this.
Well, look, the stock is down about 17% year to date. Compared to so many other tech stocks, that's not even that bad. And somebody like Warren Buffett would say, great, it's on sale. I'm buying more of it. Do you look at it this way, or are you getting frustrated?
Well, Apple has different issues that I think are less related to production woes that are definitely short-term in nature, and we expect China to be back on track with COVID and their policies next year, or else they're going to have real problems. So I really think Apple has a different problem, which is where do they go from here? And it's a question I've been asking our investment committee, and we had quite a fight about it, because I'm sort of like, I feel like they've reached the limit of Steve Jobs' innovations and the limit with what service.
And is it the Apple car? I mean, where is the next thing? What do you hear? You're out there in California.
Well, here's what I hear. Well, first of all, the Apple car we've been sort of waiting for a long time, and we know that's not happening, nor have they been able to develop any self-driving software of any significance that would drive an operating system. Google's done better at that. But what my friends in Hollywood are all talking about are these AR or potentially AR, VR type glasses that Apple may or may not be making. And this is an area that everybody's looking for. And a lot of people have been working mostly around the Oculus under Facebook. But boy, if Apple could come up with some sort of game-changing glasses, that would really, be next level. And I've seen some technology recently that's pretty cool, actually. And it's been a long time since I've seen any VR, AR type of thing that I think anybody would use and scale. So the question is, does Apple get into this market and make glasses? And that's the only thing I see where they could make a huge impact and a lot of money.
Oh, man, Apple Glass, what would they call it? And I think about the AirPods, where when people first started wearing them, it was like, you're a geek. That looks ridiculous. Now everybody does it. So maybe that is a possibility. Super interesting. Wedbush says, I want to go back to the production pulling out of China, because I am sure Tim Cook is getting very frustrated here. Wedbush says Apple could produce more than 50% of its iPhones in India and Vietnam by 2025. You see any problem with that?
Yeah, that's incorrect. I think if you think that India has the infrastructure to put in place a massive factory in the scale of Apple, they would have already done it if it was easy to do. So India is a very difficult country to work with, and one that I don't like the government and don't necessarily think it's a huge improvement from China. On the other side of the coin, you have countries like Vietnam, which are much more attractive to me for companies like Apple, and you've got all over Asia that you can look at, along with Latin America, God forbid. So I just don't know if India is a solution for your problems in China, ironically. So I think this is a really tough thing for companies across the globe as they look to diversify supply chains, but it won't be as low cost a solution as they've had in the past. And I think that's the challenge that companies like Apple face moving forward.
Okay, Ross Gerber says, forget India, it's good morning Vietnam. Thanks, Ross.